Assalamualaikum, dear students. Today I'm going to discuss the chapter number 8 from class 2, aliphatic hydrocarbons. Aliphatic hydrocarbons. This is the hydrocarbons. First of all, in last chapter, you have read about the fundamentals of the chemistry. What is the organic chemistry? What is the hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbon is the compounds, organic compounds that containing hydrogen and carbon. Here we are specially discuss the topic aliphatic hydrocarbons. Aliphatic hydrocarbons or the aliphatic compounds is an organic compound that also containing the hydrogen and carbon atoms, but they are usually linked together in a state change. It means there is no aromatic and ring in this hydrocarbons. They are called as the open chain compounds containing the carbon and hydrogen. Aliphatic hydrocarbons are divided into two categories. One category is called as the alkane, other one is the alkene and alkyne. It is called as the saturated and unsaturated. In the saturated hydrocarbons, look at this picture. Here hydrocarbons divided into the aliphatic and the aromatic. Aliphatic means they are state chain compound. In other words, you can say open chain compounds containing the carbon hydrogen. And aromatic contains the particular ring that is called as the benzene ring. Aliphatic carbons is further divided into the two parts, saturated and unsaturated. Saturated is the alkanes, cycloalkanes, and the unsaturated is the alkenes and alkynes. In the case of alkanes, how do you define it saturated, and alkene and alkynes, how do you define it unsaturated? In the alkanes, that is very important. Alkanes are those hydrocarbons, aliphatic hydrocarbons, which contain carbon-carbon single bond. And alkene and alkynes contains carbon-carbon double bond and the carbon-carbon triple bond. So there are unsaturation. Important points to here I am going to discuss the alkanes. Alkanes are basically organic compounds with a carbon-carbon single bond. Most important points to explain this, the formula and the structure of these alkanes increases uniformly, which is called as the homologous series. A uniform variation of this kind means that if you have to write down the structure, you should do by the uniform variation by the CH2. When you are making the structure, you are making the compound of alkane, you are describing it by the member CH2 group. Second, the formula is very important, that is CnH2n plus 2. This is the highest possible ratio of the stable hydrocarbons. Carbon and hydrogen ratio in this compound is a maximum. So here you can say the carbon valency is satisfied totally by the number of hydrogen. In other words, carbon hydrogen ratio in this compound is maximum. So that is called as the saturated hydrocarbon. Here is the carbon-carbon single bond, sigma bond. There is no pi bond. So that is called as the saturated alkanes. Before going in this chapter, we will discuss the nomenclature of alkane, alkene and alkynes. Today my lecture is basically the nomenclature of alkane and alkyne. Means how do you write the name of the alkanes? I have described the three important parts. Three parts are very important in naming the alkane. Number one is the parent atom, suffix and the prefix. What is the parent atom? Parent atom is the longest carbon chain. In other words, carbon-carbon single bond. Suffix means any functional group. And prefix means substituents. Substituents which are described by the prefix. And the other corners, suffix, which is the functional group. And the main is the parent carbon atom. Parent name indicates the number of carbon atoms in the lowest considered continuous chains. And suffix indicates the functional group and prefix indicate the location, identity, number of substituents attached to the carbon chain. So your name of alkane, you can say, is divided into the three parts: main, parent, functional group and the substituents. Look at this. Before going to the nomenclature of alkane, you can write the name of state chain alkanes. How do you write? If there is number one carbon, you can say meth. If number of carbon is 1, that is called the meth. Name is given to meth. If 2, name is given to eth. 3, prop. 4, bute. 5, penti. 6, hex. 7, hept. 8, oct. 9, non. 10, decay. These are the names, particular names which are Now look at this. We have already divided into the three parts: parent, suffix, prefix. Here suffixes, no other functional group. Suffix is the alkane, A-N-E. Here is the A-N-E. So our name decided. If there is one carbon, you can say carbon is one, name is meth, and you have to put A-N-E. Because there is alkane, your functional group will be the ane, which will be replaced by any other functional group in the next coming your nomenclatures. Here is, if there is a number one carbon, it is the meth. So your name is methane. If there is the number two carbon, ane, ethane. If you have to replace alkane with the alkene and alkyne, name should be methene, ethene, propene. And if there is alkyne, methyne, ethine, propyne. So you have to remember the particular names relating to number one carbon, 2, 3, 4. Then you have to replace ane with the ene, ine. So ane, ene, ine represents the particular functional group. So here we are discussing the alkane. Our functional group is ane. So we have decided our name. If there is one carbon, methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane, and so on. So next, prefix. Parent is decided, carbon-carbon single bond. Suffix is decided, that is the suffix is decided, that is a particular name with A and E, ane. And next is third part of your name is the prefix. It is the substituents. Substituents may be state chain and may be in branch chain. A branch is, you can say the substituents is an other alkane with a minus hydrogen. For example, if there is a CH4, methane, and minus one hydrogen, if you minus the one hydrogen with the methane, it will become CH3, and name is called the alkyl group, and your ane is replaced with the L, alkyl, methyl. Look at this picture. If you have to replace minus one hydrogen from methane, it will become CH3. That is called as the alkyl. That is alkyl, and the methyl. It is abbreviated ME. Methyl, methyl, ethyl. Two things are very important in the case of prefixes. That is particular substituents. These are the alkane. Another alkane group minus hydrogen. I have told you. If one hydrogen minus one hydrogen, that is called the methyl, ethyl, and so on, minus hydrogen. There's two types of. If your alkyl group is straight chain, that you have to write down the N propyl. If your alkyl is branch, then its name should be according to three types: primary, secondary, and tertiary alkyl. Primary, that is if it is attached with the one carbon, first carbon, one carbon, that is called as a primary carbon. If it is attached the two carbons, that is called a secondary carbon. If it is attached with the three carbons, that it is called the tertiary carbon. So these are called as the branched alkyls. Here you look at this. If there is CH3, CH2, CH2, this is the propane. Minus one hydrogen, that is called as a propyl. You have to write, there is no branch, there is a straight chain, so you can write as N-propyl. If that is attached with the second carbon, you can, this is the branch chain, this is called the isopropyl. Same is the case here. In the N-butyl is the state chain related, and if you have replaced, if you have the attached your particular parent atom with a secondary carbon, that is called the secondary butyl. That is very important to understand. If you have your alkyl is in state chain, you have to write down the N. If your alkyl is branch chain, then you have to write the particular branch, secondary, tertiary, and anything. Now look at this picture. Here I have written an example. First point, there are some rules which are mentioned by IUPAC system. They are mentioned particular rules which are used to write the name of the alkane. How do you write the name of alkane? Theme is that. First point is that you are writing the name of alkane, find the parent carbon chain and add the suffix. Okay. Look at this picture. There are a number of carbonates. Carbon, 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 carbon. Here is the carbon, 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 carbon. And I have selected a picture. There are so many points for the select the longest chain. Here is five main ways how to you select the longest chain of the carbon atom. Here is, if you start from this side, look at this picture, 8 atoms in the longest chain. And here if you want to write 7 atoms in the longest chain, so what will you select? 8 carbon atoms. Here is the 8 carbon atoms is in the longest chain. In the second picture, which is the 7 atoms in the longest chain. First point is to sort it out. First point is to sort it out the longest carbon single bond chain. I have selected here longest chain 8 carbon atoms. That is now 8, for if there is a 8 number of carbon atoms, you can say oct. Here you have to put your suffix, that is the functional group, octane. So first point, select the longest carbon single chain, carbon single bond chain. That is, I have selected this example 8 atoms. Look at this. Now next is that you have select the longest carbon atom chain, and second is the you have decided the suffix, you have decided the parent atom with the 8 carbon atoms. Now you are going to decide the prefix, that is substituents. Substituents, how do you write the substituent? Have the different two different longest chain of the same length. Here is another example. For example, 7 atoms in the longest chain with the 2 substituents, 7 atoms in the longest chain, only 1 substituent. If you have to write, now first you are selected the longest chain with the 8 carbon atoms. Second case is the substituents. Substituents, you have to select that side that has the number of substituents. If you have to select this side, as in this case, there is a 1 substituent. Here, if you select, there is a number of substituents here and the here. More substituents. So first of all, what did you select? You have selected the longest carbon chain. Second, you have selected the prefix, that is called as the substituents, alkyl groups. Now check your compound from where you start. If one side has the more substituents and other side has the less substituents, you will select the side more substituents. Here in this picture, both sides have the same number of carbon atoms, 7 carbon atoms, but I have selected from this side which has the more substituents than the second side which has the fewer substituents. This is the correct and this is the incorrect. If you can write it, if there are 2 chains of equal length, pick the chain with the more substituents. I have you given example. Now, number 2, number the atoms in the carbon chain to give the first substituents to the lowest number. Look at this picture. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here, C2. C2, where is the substituents? If you have to select this chain, both the sides are equal, both have the 8 number of the carbon atoms, but you are writing the name 1, 2, 3, 4, which gives the lowest number to your substituents. Here it 2, C2 is the lowest number 2 given to substituents. Here is the 3. So which one you select? First one. Start numbering here, not start numbering from this side. If the both sides are equal, both sides have the same number of the carbon atom, both sides have the same longest chain, but you should give the lowest number to your substituents. If the first substituent is the same distance from both the ends, number the chains to give the second substituents to the lower number. If both they have, you can say, if for example, look at this. In this picture, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, if the first one substituents have the same distance from both the ends, don't consider the first side. Now check the second substituents and gives the name according to the second substituents. Here is the correct form. For example, CH group at C2, C3 and C5. Here is the CH3 group at C2, C4, 5. Numbers are increases. That should be considered 2, 3, 5. Not consider 2, 4, 5. These are higher. So given a lower number to the second substituent. First substituents are the same sides. Now consider the second one and give the lowest number to the Now the next step, name and number the substituents. And every carbon belongs to the longest chain or substituents. Each substituent needs its own number. For example, look at this picture. You have decided the longest chain carbon, 8 number of the carbon atoms, octane. You have decided the site where the more substituents are present. You have decided if the both have the first one have the same place, you are going to consider the second substituents. All these things have discussed. Now come to the point, the molecule has 3 substituents. How do you write? And these are the same. For example, look at this picture here. C2 at methyl at C2, methyl at C6, and ethyl at C3. How do you write? You have to use the word di, tri. If there is 2 methyls, you use the dimethyl. If ethyl, dimethyl. How do you write? Alphabetically. E comes before the M. So you have to, when you are going to write the name, you are writing the ethyl and then you are write the methyl. First point, alphabetically you will consider. Second point, if there is more substituents, more than 2 substituents, 3 substituents, you are using the word di, tri, and all these things. Next is, now all the rules which I have written here, all the rules which I have told in the last 5 steps, you are going to combine in one form. For example, number 1, combine the substituents names, numbers. First thing, you have selected the longest carbon chain, that is called the parent chain. Second, you have added the suffix, that is A and E, in. Number 3 is the prefixes, that is substituents. Now you have discussed the substituents, location of the substituents, numbers of the substituents. If more than substituents, how do you write? This is the part you are going to write the name. Number 1, precede the name of the parent atom by the longest carbon chain. And next is the substituents. That is very important. Alphabetize the number. Alphabetically, you have to write your substituents, ignoring all these things. Precede the names of each substituent by the number that indicates its location. Separate numbers by the commas, hyphens, letters, all these things. Now, look at this picture and you have decided now. You are going to decide the name. Here is the longest carbon chains, that is 8 octanes. Here is the 2 methyl groups, one at the C2 and other is the C6. And you have to write, how do you write? 2, 6. If there is no more number of the methyl groups, you have to write 2, 6 and dimethyl, and then you have to select your longest carbon chain. Now second, look at this. If there is a, I have divided into 3 parts. Parent is the 8 octane and suffix is the alkane and the prefix is the substituents which you have selected 5 ethyl 2,6 dimethyl. Parent is the 8 octanes and the alkane is your suffix or the functional group. How do you write the name? 5-ethyl 2,6 dimethyl octane. This is the proper name. First of all, this is the proper name you have right here. So these are the ways how do you write the name of alkanes according to IUPAC. Look at this picture. This is the end of this nomenclature of alkane. You have look at this side number 2. Here I want to tell you one thing. If you have to write the numbers 2, 6, you have to place a commas, but before the letter you have to place a hyphen. Look at this picture. You have divided all the parts. Number 1 is the substituents in the prefix. Number in the center there is a parent and the end suffix. Here parent is the number of carbon atoms, that is the 8. Suffix is the ane, that is the functional group, and substituents which are the right according to the 5 steps which I have told, location, number, and all these things. Look at this 5-ethyl. Put the name 5-ethyl 2,6 dimethyl octane. This is the name which we have sorted out on the behalf of all the steps which are carried out. Here is the next is the summary of this. Summary of this: select the parent, number of the carbon atoms, number of the carbon atoms, and located their name. Number second, place the functional group, that is A. Number third is the substituents, number of substituents, alphabetical, their naming, their locations, their name, all is written. This is the end of my lecture. Inshallah, in the next lecture, I will tell you how do you write the name of alkene and alkyne. Thank you.